tide's only about halfway in, so this is probably been about 20 feet. There's another 20 feet to go. On this episode, we're going to take you on a bit of a whirlwind journey to a Nova Scotia Provincial Park, a New Brunswick National Park, and Quebec's Gaspe Peninsula and iconic Percé rock. We are Terry and Cindy O'Keefe, and we've been camping together for more than 40 years. And we invite you to join us as we share our latest RVing experiences and adventures.
When we disembarked from the Newfoundland ferry, we spent the first night back in Nova Scotia at the Arm of Gold campground in North Sydney.
It was July 18th, and at that point in time we'd spent 9 weeks on the road, and it really did feel like our Newfoundland odyssey was over and we were homeward bound.
But there'd be no direct path. There were experiences still to be had.
Go around the roundabout and take the second exit, Highway 4.
We were headed for Nova Scotia's 5-island provincial park on the shores of the Bay of Fundy. As we got closer, the weather reminded us we were still in the Maritimes, and the drizzle and fog rolled in.
Five Islands Provincial Park is a small 93-site campground situated atop 300-foot sea cliffs that rise imposingly from the shores of the Bay of Fundy.
22. This is our view. Oh my gosh.
This was just a one-night stop for us, but the stunning views our campsite afforded us of Fundy's remarkable tides already had us wanting to return.
What did you say about it being popular?
Oh, I can see why it's so popular.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. You're missing Newfoundland so much you ordered some fog for here? We're here at Five Islands Provincial Park in Nova Scotia, just not even for a day. It's a stopover on our way home from Newfoundland, of course. But it does give us a chance to experience something really cool, and that's the highest tides in the world. The park is located on the Minas Basin at the eastern end of the Bay of Fundy. And this is what the view from our campsite looked like last night. And here's what it looks like this morning. So the pictures from yesterday were taken around 5 in the afternoon, and of course that was low tide. The tide would have been high tide near midnight, low tide again around 6 this morning, and this is now 9:30, so the tide's about halfway in. And the tide here today is 40 feet. That's right, the water's rising and falling 40 feet every 6 hours. And when the moon's in its right lunar cycle, the tides here actually reach 48 feet. We got our final views of the Bay of Fundy the next morning before turning north through rolling hills and farms, headed for New Brunswick.
Turn right to merge onto Trans-Canada Highway 104 West
This would be the shortest drive day of our homeward journey, headed for Kouchibouguac National Park. Our GPS did struggle a bit with the pronunciation.
Arrive at Kouchibouguac National Park. Arrived.
Hello there. How are you?
How do you?
Good, thank you.
Do you have a reservation?
We do. It's site 241.
That's south.
Okay.
So you can keep going for 1 kilometer, take your first right, and then keep going for another 12 kilometers.
Another 12 after that.
12 kilometers.
Awesome. Thank you.
No problem. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
The park is located on the Atlantic coast at the northern end of the Northumberland Straits. The campground here offers a total of 311 sites, with both open and forested sites to choose from.
242, 241. We got lots of shade here.
Some, like ours, were actually full service. After getting set up, we headed for the comfort station. The facilities were very modern.
These are very nice showers. Better than some hotels we've stayed in. A lot better than some hotels we've stayed in. Back at our campsite, the sounds of blue jays and cicadas greeted us as the warm evening closed in. The next morning, we explored the park a bit. Oh, the campground is right there. Let's see if we can find some path down to the beach here. And the ocean. And it's a short drive to get to Kouchibouguac's most popular features and what the park is most noted for. Its salt marshes and lagoons and the bird and aquatic life there, and its boardwalk to the sand dunes beyond those lagoons at Kelly's Beach.
We watched birds hunting stealthily for lunch from the shallows and in surprise attacks from the air, before following the 500-meter boardwalk to the barrier, island dunes, and beach.
And I'm looking chagrined. You're really going to have to forgive us because it was at this point in time that our camera's memory card threw a bit of a tantrum and all the files from the beach were lost.
It is a really nice beach area. The next morning we continued our homeward drive north through New Brunswick to Campbellton before crossing the J.C. Van Horn Bridge to Quebec. We were headed to Quebec's famous Gaspe Peninsula, locally called Gaspesie. The drive to Percé along Route 132 followed the coast, passing through small Quebec towns and villages, and provided beautiful ocean vistas at every turn.
This was a part of our country we've both wanted to visit since we were kids. And even though this was going to be a very quick tour, it was going to bring us to Percé Rock, an iconic geographic feature found in just about every Canadian geography textbook. There is a private campground in Percé with an amazing view of Percé Rock right from the sites. We had tried contacting them for a couple of days to see if there was any chance of a site. We know, not likely, but we didn't hear back, so... This is the campground we tried to get in. I'm gonna stop and see if they've got us.
And did your persistence pay off?
Of course not. So we headed about 15 minutes past Percé to Tête d'Indien, a small private campground located right on the ocean. It was rustic, but well run and welcoming. And you can easily make out the rock formation that gives the park its name.
The next morning, we backtracked about 15 kilometers to Percé. The views approaching the town from the north were quite spectacular.
That's what we want right here.
Looks like it, yeah. Marinas.
I think it's right across the street.
Bonjour, good morning. We explored the town before joining a boat tour to see Percé Rock and Bonaventure Island, which together make up Bonaventure Island and Percé Rock National Park.
Percé Rock, Pierced Rock, was named by Samuel de Champlain in 1607. It's a massive limestone formation with steep rock faces on all sides. It's 1,421 feet long, 300 feet wide, and 289 feet high. Some visitors say the rock resembles a beached supertanker. We actually thought it looked like a large ferry with its front doors raised, waiting for vehicles to load.
After visiting Percé Rock, we headed for Bonaventure Island. Known for its flora and fauna, Bonaventure is a sanctuary for the Northern Gannet.
As the largest seabird in the North Atlantic, the gannet's wingspan can reach 71 inches. And these birds are remarkable to see when they fish. Their dives reach speeds up to 100 kilometers an hour. Tucking their wings back at the last second, they pierce the water like an arrow. This allows them to penetrate up to 11 meters, 36 feet below the surface, and they regularly swim down to 60 feet after food.
On the west side of Bonaventure is a dock where passengers can disembark to tour the island. We decided to head straight back to Percé, but on the way we got a special treat: gannets fishing. Amazing. Our lunch was pretty good too.
I see Pierce Rock and our brunch. Looks good. Looks delicious. So at this point, we still had about 1,300 kilometers to go on our homeward journey, and we set out that morning crossing the Chic-Choc Mountains, part of the Appalachians. That is so random, eh?
Yeah.
We've been driving in the woods, in the mountains, and then this town appears out of nowhere.
The town was Murdochville, home to a now closed copper mine, and one of only a few inland towns on Gaspesie. Eventually, we rejoined Route 132 on the north shore of the Gaspe Peninsula and turned west towards home.
For about 83 kilometers, continue straight on.
This drive was absolutely beautiful. Following the mountain's edges along the St. Lawrence coast, it was clear this was a very popular area with RVers and campers. Parts of it reminded us a bit of the Cabot Trail on Cape Breton.
Eventually, we reached our stop for the night, camping au bord de la mer in Cap Chat.
And she said access to the beach is right there. 62.
Like a few other campgrounds in this area, the sites here were wide open with little privacy or shade. But the sites were large and the beach afforded nice views of the St. Lawrence. Go get her.
Shall we go get some dinner?
Another highlight was the Campgrounds food truck.
The burger looks amazing.
We still had about 1,000 kilometers to drive.
This was taking us a long time.
So we headed out to Quebec City.
Train, eh? Yeah, I know. You like trains, don't you? Eventually, our route left the small coastal towns of Gaspesie and continued west via the much less picturesque Highway 40.
Arrived.
So we have been to Quebec City before, so we didn't stop to visit this beautiful city again.
But we were pretty close to home, and after 11,000 kilometers and 9.5 weeks on the road, it was time for that final push but we felt really, really fortunate for such an incredible adventure as we set out in the rain that day. We know this was a bit of an unusual video, not like some of our others, more of a highlight reel and a little bit less explorative, but we really enjoyed our stops at Five Islands Provincial Park, Kouchibouguac National Park, and loved the Gaspé and Percé rock, and we wanted to share them with you. If you found this information helpful, please do hit that like button. It really does help Google know that you value this kind of content and you'd like to see more.
And if you haven't already, please remember to subscribe, and we will see you in our next video.
Happy camping.